Hey guys, welcome back to Bigcast, Bunch of Idiots talking. This is
Hi, or should I say, hola, me llamo Keivin.
we're doing that? Okay. Nunjong Gullibeho Alan.
Wow, okay. Our friend Alan here has been learning a lot of Hmong recently.
I mean, either I have to keep up or you guys gotta keep up speaking Spanish with me.
Everything I learned from Spanish is from Dora the Explorer, so or Spanish 1 or 2 in high school, which God forbid, I even remember any of that stuff. Regardless, what's up with you, man?
Not much, but have you seen the news?
What news?
So I don't know if you guys know about this, but recently there's been a challenge going on. Well, not recently, it's been going on. It's called One Chip Challenge.
Oh, yeah, that challenge. Yep.
I know you are really used to that.
Yeah. So out of our whole friend group, out of Alan and I, Keivin, or out of our friend group, I'm the only one who's ever done the one chip challenge, and God, it's so miserable. You don't want to do it. You really think it's gonna be fine, and that why would someone like, especially the FDA, release such a atrocious thing into the ether, right? And it still passes all the regulations. However, man, the pain you feel, it's indescribable. It's like stinging. It's like it's like a bee went to your throat and just like stung you and then like stayed there for like a good 30 to 40 minutes. That's not the worst part. Okay, that's not the worst part. The worst part is that after that you have like massive or you might experience like nausea, you might experience like throwing up and like a lot of diarrhea. For me, yeah, I experienced a lot of diarrhea and throwing up and nausea, like everything, and like I had to like sleep it off. And so like at one point I remember throwing up like gray stuff. I threw up gray stuff. I don't know. I think it was because the chip was like kind of dark. I'll show a video. We'll post a video here in a bit. But in there, like I'm like, what you're supposed to do when you take the chip is that you're supposed to wait like 5 minutes. Well, we read the rules wrong, but you're supposed to wait like 10 minutes. New rules, right?
I
like,
thought the challenge was how long can you last without taking a sip of water.
Yep, yeah, without taking a sip of water or milk. You had to bite the chip, and then after that, it says that you must wait at least 5, 10 minutes, 15. Depends on what kind of score you want to get. There's like different ranks.
Oh, there's
yeah. And so like if you get like the largest rank, it's like something like crazy. I forget what it is, but I went for like the most easiest one. But even then, I didn't even read the instructions correctly. You're supposed to wait 10 minutes instead of 5. But regardless, 5 minutes was already enough for me to like bail out, eat like a whole like what's those smaller cartons of like ice cream, a quart, yeah, something like that.
How big is the chip?
The chip is humongous. It's like you ever seen Doritos Jacked?
Yeah,
it's like that, but like bigger. It's like this. Like imagine my hand right here, like where that triangle is. Yeah, that's how big it is.
So you ate the whole chip, or you took one bite?
I took like what for me, even though I have a big mouth, like I had to like take at least 2 bites in order to finish it. Yeah, and like it doesn't settle in until like probably like 5, 10, 15 seconds later, and it's like it's indescribable how painful that is. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemies, to be honest. But
I mean, my head just, does it have a flavor, or is it just like spice?
Oh no, it's just spice. No, there is no flavor at all. It's very plain chip, and then it's like I'm trying to remember what it tastes like. It's just like a tortilla chip, just like a really thick tortilla chip, and you just bite it, and like you're just wondering where the flavor is. There is no flavor. It's just like, yeah, it just feels like a tortilla chip. I don't know how to explain it, but like there is spice on it. I feel the spice, but like beyond that, it's tasteless. Kind of reminds me of like B-Dub's blazing challenge, because like that's even that like chicken doesn't even taste. Like the sauce doesn't even taste that good. Like it's just pure flame. Like, but yeah, but you were talking about the challenge, or I mean the controversy behind that.
Yeah, I mean, well, but right before that, how did you buy this chip? Is it like can you buy it anywhere, or do you have to buy it online, or like is there like a strict age limit to this?
There's actually I think there's like some kind of like agreement on the chip itself when you buy the box. It's made by Paki or Paki, Paqui, I think. And like, what do you call it? It's actually really funny when I bought it. I went to like a random gas station, and because I've always seen my gas stations, and so I went to a random one, a holiday, and I asked them like, "Hey, do you guys have selling like one chip challenges?" And then they told me, "Oh yeah, we do. It's on our clearance rack." I was like,
Clarence.
"What?" And it's like, "Yeah, we don't have any more, but like if you find it, it'd be on our clearance rack." And then they found it for me, and like there was like two boxes left, and I got one for me and my brother because my brother wanted to try it too. I'm like, okay, so then we got it, and yeah, it's like it comes in like a crypt box, like it's like a coffin, and then you open it and like there's instructions on there, and then there's like a plastic wrap that it's in, so that you have to be very careful. They say you use gloves because if you don't use gloves and you somehow rub against something on your face or something, or especially your eyes, it can be pretty bad. So yeah,
Kind of, it's just surprising how spice this is. You could just buy it out, just a random gas station.
yeah. So I think I had heard a little bit about that one chip challenge controversy, in that like someone had died. There was like a kid in the United States. I think they were African American, and like they ate it during school. It's like and I think it's the newest chip that's out there. I think it comes in a green package
Oh,
instead.
there's different version of these.
Yeah, so like the one I ate was like I think the second year or something that they had did it, and like it was a blue chip. So I think this next year was a green chip. Um and because of that, like he ate it uh off a hype and peer pressure and stuff, that probably. But
I think it was just like a TikTok trend or something.
right.
'Cause this is a high schooler,
Mhm.
and like we both know, unfortunately, he passed away at the
Yep.
hospital.
Yep.
Um,
You know the
they,
story?
yeah, I've seen it in TikTok with my
Okay.
SpongeBob news.
Okay.
Bikini Bottom.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, from what the first guy said was, uh, kind of like, I don't remember his name, but we'll put up a picture and name of
Mhm.
the tragic person who died. But what
Rest in
happened was,
peace.
yep, rest in peace. He did a challenge. People are saying that he did it for like a TikTok challenge, or like just a challenge with his friends, because side schoolers, who doesn't want to do fun activities.
Mhm.
He went home. Uh, his mom said he got better, but then passed out, and then took him to the ER, to the
Well, I
hospital.
think school said he had gotten better, and then they sent him home. His mom didn't think so, so then they sent him to the hospital. And then at the hospital, that's where he ceased to exist. um,
But and so when I was doing an autopsy to see like what caused it, like what. Because you're saying there's a new chip, so there might be like a new chemical, might be
yeah,
deadly. I don't know. Well,
and I think the controversy between this whole thing is that like this kid had health conditions prior to this.
oh, he did.
Yeah,
I,
like my family, we rarely have anything health condition wise, but like I think the most is like asthma, but I don't have it. Um, and like I can see why people who do have like pre-existing conditions would experience really bad um stuff after taking this chip. So it's really weird. Like, and I think what media is trying to say right now is that like, is this legal? Like, and like Pocky says, yes, it is legal. Like FDA approved all this, and like we got it on stores. It wouldn't be there if it wasn't legal. However, you do take your own risk when you take this, right? And what they've decided now is that they're taking these chips off of the store shelves because of this big, or this big tragedy, right? Um, and so I think the question now is to say, are spicy challenges still viable, especially in the United States? What do you think?
I mean, the other challenge I know is probably is the word hottest pepper. I think that's not even the word hottest pepper. It's like it's not natural. It's like man made.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
I think
do you know the name of the
is it
pepper?
Carolina Reaper?
I think that's the name.
I feel
Yeah.
like there's even a hotter one. I feel like someone's made another hot one. I forget what it is. But from the last time I heard, it was Carolina Reaper. And like, yeah, you can eat that. But I think what's even hotter than that, what I've heard is that like what people will do is that they will get the extract, like the Scoville. I forgot what it is. It's like it's like some kind of dip or something like that. It's like I forget what it is. But it's like they're extracting the juice of the peppers inside of that into this liquid, and
So you
um
put like a syringe and like put like another pepper.
yeah, kind of. No, it's like it comes in like, depends on where you buy it. I forgot what's it called. Uh, hey Alex, you want to check it out for us? What? Oh yeah, yeah. Alex is our sound guy, and he's behind the scenes right now. He usually checks stuff for us. Can you just check out like what is it? What is that like? It's not like sauce. It's like, but basically like you can like pour like Scoville units onto like stuff. It's like I forgot what's it called. It's like really thick liquid. I don't know. It's no. It's for just forget it. But regardless, I know people will buy that and then put it into their food. Yeah, it's yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's do you think it's like gonna? Do you think hot foods is gonna suffer from this?
I mean, hot food is such a weird concept because it's really hard to get the perfection of spice because it's not a flavor, it's a sensation.
Hmm.
Because like I'm pretty sure everyone has experience, like putting spice in your food, and everyone made this. I'm pretty sure everyone made a mistake putting too much spice that it's uneatable.
Hmm.
So you try and find out like that certain point that's like the best example I could give is hot Cheetos. Like anyone can eat hot Cheetos. 'Cause it's spicy, but it's still like you can still eat it. No matter you can eat a whole bag.
Oh, I know some people who can't eat hot Cheetos apparently. So.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but like I think there's truth to that, right? The truth is that like basically where does it become unedible, right? And like I think for me especially, I like spice when it has meaning, it has flavor. Especially in the Hmong culture, there we always eat our foods with hot pepper, Hmong pepper.
Monk pepper. Monk
Yep.
pepper is the. If you guys have not tried monk pepper, I'm telling you, it's the best spice. It's like it's so hot. Best way I can describe it. It's so spicy, but yet so delightful to eat.
Yeah,
It makes
it's
everything enhance. It just enhances the food so
yeah.
much.
It like if you're ever gonna eat Hmong food, you have to have Hmong pepper because then it completes the dish, you know. And especially it's about the idea that like you're gonna dip this protein, it could be like some Hmong sausage or it could be like beef or whatever it is or pork. Like you dip it into the sauce and then you eat it with rice. Um, yeah, it's so I guess like it's not like I guess sometimes people can make it spicy, but like for me, like I just like it when it's like just spicy enough where I can like deal with it, but also adds flavor to the dish. Yeah.
And then, I mean, that wasn't the only news that happened this week. I
What's up?
mean, have you heard about EZOO?
I think you were telling me about this. Yeah.
So EZOO is a rave festival that happens in New York City. It's called the official name is Electrical Zoo, but everyone just call it EZOO to make it simple. So it was like last week. It's, it's
This
supposed
is
to be
did you say it was a rave festival?
yep a rave
Okay.
festival.
It was on a Sunday.
Well,
Okay.
technically yes on a Sunday, but it's a 3 day event: Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm.
And I saw it because one of my favorite TikTok creator is a Rave, so she was she always updates us.
What's her name?
Uh, we'll pull it up right now.
Okay, yeah.
I can't
We'll pull
think
it up
of
later.
we'll
Yeah.
pull it up, but I can't think of it right now. But so what happened was 3 hours right before opening, they sent a massive email, massive like Instagram notification saying it's canceled. 3 hours before it's supposed to be open.
Right.
So everyone for Friday had to get like refunds or it could like move to like next day, which sucks because like I don't know about you guys like a lot of big festivals such like Lost Land, EDC, um, Escape, etc. People go from all the way from the United States to go to another state, book Airbnb, buy tickets, buy hotels, food, transportation, and just to maybe just be there just for that one day, and just to get a notification 3 hours right before the festival is supposed to open, it's a
Yeah.
disaster.
It's super unprofessional and like super unfair. It, yeah. I mean, do you know why it was canceled?
So there was a lot of reason. Luckily, there was a guy who was working constructions, sending videos, pictures. The stage was not built. Was not the main stage was not finished.
Why?
They like to okay, so they like to say EZOO said that they were having technical difficulties getting permits from the city, and it was a supply and chains backorder due to COVID,
Oh.
which doesn't make sense to me.
Hmm.
I can understand the permits, but like back orders due to COVID, because
I mean, COVID still exists, believe it or not. I mean, but even then, like, I'm sure this event has been like months prior, right? Why is it? Why are they only back ordering now? Like,
also another thing, EZOO has been known um not to pay the vendors
oh, okay,
and artists
okay,
until 9 months after the event.
wow. So are we even surprised at this point?
Not really, because I remember reading this, not from the Bikini Bottom, but from someone else,
Okay.
reliable source, that EZOO, all the artists that was performing EZOO that's past weekend, demanding the money up front.
Wow. Yeah,
'Cause-
as they should. Yeah.
Because imagine playing for someone and then not getting paid 9 months later.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's really shitty. I think if you're an event planner, you should probably pay your talents immediately, if not like the day after. If you can. I know sometimes, especially with like acting, um, some of us don't get paid until like later, especially if you're into like film or like commercial. You don't get paid till like maybe like a month or so later, and it can be a struggle for artists to get money.
What about if you done a commercial, is it a one-time payment, or don't you get like payments for
Like
each time?
residuals.
Yeah.
It depends on the commercial and the contract that you're doing. More likely than not, they'll just pay you out one time because, as we know right now, especially with like the writer's strike and the actor strike, big dollar companies like Warner Bros. And Netflix and all these other things, like they like to be stingy with their money, and they don't treat artists as as a super viable career choice. And it's frustrating. It's also demeaning too, because it's like some people devote their whole lives to this, and yet they're paid like scraps, and they have to fight for scraps with other artists who they love and like endear in a community. Because I believe it or not, like a lot of artists, just like with DJ artists, like actors, they build a community and they all support each other, and they're all trying to fight for the idea that like we all have enough bread to eat. There's enough money for all of us, and these big dollar companies are stopping us from doing so.
Kind of reminds me of the EZOO situation. Kind of remind me of Fireflies.
What do you mean?
What was the festival called? Wasn't it called Firefire? Something.
Fireflies?
Yeah,
I'm not
the big
familiar.
disaster that happened. Like they made a Hulu and Netflix documentary about it.
Oh, you mean like, are you talking about like Fireflies, like the TV show?
No, no, it was supposed to be a festival.
Oh, festival. Okay, all right. Tell me about it.
It's pretty much. I think it's still up on Netflix. If it is, we will put it up right here.
Okay.
It's really good documentary. It's pretty much a blueprint of what not to do.
A blueprint of what not to do, like in terms of like event creating.
Yes,
Okay.
'cause it was supposed to be like a not like rave, but just a festival, like a hip hop festival, EDM festival,
Oh, okay.
and pretty much it planned it out, and doing pre-sale tickets. Buy this combo, you can buy like a little condo and all stuff,
Oh.
and this year like it was like from $300 all the way to like I think it was like most was like 20K.
For like a little like condo where you can sit with your friends. Or?
Oh no, the 20K was like a whole house or like
Oh,
some shit like that, like big ass like
like a big tent, a canopy.
no, not like tent, like
Oh,
like a
wait,
like a
wait, wait,
house.
wait. They're buying a house for an event.
Yeah,
Why are they buying a house for an event? Like to stay in?
it's rich people money.
Oh, okay. They have a bunch of like fuck you money. Okay, interesting. Well, I guess I have like one question. Like, when was this?
Oh, this was like I want to say 2018.
2018.
Uh, I'll do some. I'll check my Bikini Bottom news to find
Okay.
that.
All right. Cool. Sounds good. While he checks his Bikini Bottom news, we're gonna go on a break right here, and we'll be right back. Thanks, folks.
Okay, guys, welcome back.
We found some good news. Okay.
Good and bad news,
Yes.
depending how you read this. So it's actually called Fire Festival, and it happened in 2017, not 18.
Okay. And it was approximately around April and May. That's when it happened. And we found out some news too. Like, apparently rapper Ja Rule, for my old heads out there, rapper Ja Rule is involved with this and this fraud. Tell us more about it.
So pretty much, the rapper and this other guy, I forgot his name. We'll put up a picture right here.
Yeah.
They had like this whole promotion of doing the biggest festival going on, and they had like they did this promotion video which was amazing, and a lot of people said that should have been the festival, which was they went to an island which was on previously on by one of the cartel leaders.
Pablo Escobar?
Yeah, Pablo
shit.
They went to that
Yes.
island and did a promotion video, and it was supposed to happen in that location.
No way.
Yep. And they had models, they were driving, having a good time. And the video was amazing. But that's what the ideal was supposed to be.
Okay.
And then sooner, they released the video. And the video, it talked about Pablo Escobar, how like this festival is going to happen on this island. But due to the fact that they put the name of Pablo Escobar on the video, they lost the island.
Oh, so they lost the whole island?
Yeah, because there's another guy who owns the island.
Uh-huh.
He said, "Yeah, you can have the festival here. I don't mind. The only thing I would like is do not mention that man."
Oh, okay.
And he did.
Wow. Okay.
Because of that, they lost the land. They lost the island.
What a big fuck up. That's crazy.
And due to that, they had to go to some different location.
Okay.
And it was just horrible. The location, it was just and the Netflix documentary, it shows everything, even like what was going on back. It was just bad.
How long is this Netflix series?
I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, it's a whole movie. Okay, interesting. Man, it just makes me think like, what the bad event planning and like with the amount of times we've been to like raves and stuff like that in this past year, let alone we've noticed that there are very specific things you need for like, I guess in the context of raves, we know what's a good rave and we know what's a bad rave, right?
Yeah, from experience.
Yes, from experience. Recently, we went to a bad rave. I don't think we're gonna mention who it is, but we just know that like we should have. I don't think we should have ever been there. Me personally, I feel like we should have never been there. But like, B, it was a new experience. It was at a smaller venue. Not gonna name what venue, but and it was on a smaller stage. But
it was way smaller than I expected to be.
Yeah, and like we got there, and as soon as we got there, we realized that wow, there's like no one really here. It's like it's at starting time too. I mean, we just wanted to come early because like
what? We were always dressed. We were way.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know about you guys. Me and Kim,
we're big rave heads. Yeah.
To the point that I'm really into the culture. That I'm way into the fashion of jerseys, of tank top, bananas, glass. Like it's just the whole.
This guy goes all out. He makes like candy. He makes like bracelets and like I don't know what do you call those big things.
Pearl candies.
Yeah, pearl candies. Yeah, and he makes them light in the dark. It's crazy.
But have you seen like we could put some pictures of like some famous TikTok.
Yep.
Like just trust me, the rave culture, the fashion, I love it. It's amazing.
It's great.
There's
amazing.
no judgment too. Like that's what I love, especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went all out just because I thought it was gonna be another rave. Just to turn out, no one else was dressed like this.
Yeah. Like we were overly dressed as ravers, like who were indeed like in love with this like this hobby and stuff like that. But what do you call it? Yeah, a bunch of normies there. That's what we like to call them. But like people who are just like just casuals, like wanting to just see what this is about. But at the same time, like it's not to say like we're shunning them or anything. That it's just like whenever we go to the raves around in like especially Minnesota, like there's always like we catch a few people who are like actual ravers and like love the culture and like who are wearing dope outfits, and we appreciate it. But we stood out like a sore thumb in there. We were like. We were wearing like a bunch of like light up stuff too.
It was like the bad attention I want from people.
Yeah, people were like, "Whoa." It got better towards the end of the night, but like what I wanted to talk about is that like when we got there, the speakers weren't even working. They didn't even start on time.
We came late too.
Mm-hmm.
The event was supposed to start. Let's just say at 8 for now. It's supposed to start at 8. We came like an hour late, and like you said, it wasn't set up. the studio wasn't working, the sound wasn't working.
Mhm.
I didn't even see the DJ.
Oh, even the bar. At the bar, they weren't even accepting card because the freaking cashier machine wasn't even working correctly. So they were only accepting cash. And I don't know. It was just so much unorganization. It killed my mood so hard. Everyone, we were literally just sitting on sofas that they had nearby because it was just that boring. Um, and like then when they did decide to play the music, it was like as if you were listening to the music from like a computer monitor.
A high school computer monitor.
Yeah.
That's how low it was.
Yep. And so this DJ was just going super hard. One of the openers was going super hard, and we're just like trying to vibe with him, but we're like, this is not it. Um, yeah. Hence the importance of like sound at a rave that makes it so good. Like if your sound isn't working or it isn't like at least up to par with being bumping, then like I don't know if you're gonna get a crowd up. I don't know.
I mean, not even that. Like, some of these DJs were playing one of the most famous songs, "Laser Beams,"
Mhm.
and turns out you need lasers to play laser beams.
Well, I don't think you need lasers, but it would be nice to have visuals. And some of these like openers did not have visuals, which is like fine. I mean, they're like lower artists and stuff like that. But like, there's there's an idea too that if you're, I don't know, if your openers before you have had trouble, building up this like momentum, then like you're gonna also have trouble building up this momentum. So like when it got to like the main headliner, it was just all downhill from there. I think for me,
Yeah, at that point I wasn't really expecting much.
and then have their venue fuck them over like that, like it's crazy.
It makes me not appreciate the artist because I
Yeah.
want to be there for the artist
Mhm.
itself. But if everyone else, like the whole surrounding, the whole environment, that's it's not building them up,
Yeah.
it doesn't give me hope for them, which
Exactly.
isn't fair.
Right. And that's why we're saying like at good raves it's good volume of music. It's also they have good like visuals because at raves you need visuals, sadly as it is. Like having something to look at, especially like lasers, if not like a screen where like there's like some kind of I don't know, crazy thing going on, like helps to feel the music and like vibe really well with others around you. um and I know that's asking a lot from like smaller artists, but I think the main headliner at least had some visuals to look at, so which I appreciated a lot.
I mean, it's also good. I know these new DJs don't have experience, but I mean, one of the person me and Keivin saw was one of the most famous was Steve Aoki,
Mhm.
and I love his interaction. How he was interacting the whole crowd,
Mhm.
not just his cake thing. Which, if you don't know, Steve Aoki, one of his gimmicks is he draws cakes at the audience,
Yeah.
and this person has the most. He should be playing baseball. Just the way how precise he is
Yeah.
at hitting
Yeah.
these people.
Hmm. um I will just say too that uh I think it's what was the idea? What was we trying to get at? It's like um you don't need a lot of people. You don't need a lot of like things to make a rave that good, but like at the same time, the bare essentials are very needed. And like when you don't get those bare essentials, man, does it suck. Man, does it make you feel like, damn, this is like really bad. And maybe that's just coming from us from like being like high critique like rave goers.
I think we've been spoiled, honestly.
We haven't. And we haven't even realized it, you know. Um, so appreciate the artists that come through and like show their art and their craft.
Yes, if you love raves, go to the small events. Trust me, we have a friend named Andy,
Mhm.
which I believe you've seen him before. He told us that he saw Illimium and Dabin when they were just going to the small time raves.
Yeah, and they were like, I believe they were like on this at the venue we went to. Like they were like this other stage there too, but it's a smaller stage for sure. And like you know a good DJ when you start hearing them spit and mix in front of you, like how they adapt. That's like honestly like to be able to like hone in on your craft and make it sound smooth and like have a set that balances well. Like you can have a lot of hypeness in your set, like a lot of headbanging and stuff like that. However, if you don't have like smooth melodic rhythm to it, you're gonna like lose your audience because you're gonna tire them out. Yeah, and that's what I experienced at that rave. Why it sucked for me is because by the time we reached the main headliner, I was already exhausted because it was like they had gone too hard on me, I think.
Also, not to make a stigma, but sometimes some of the people you go to, the people you're with, and the people you meet at rave will make it or break it for you.
Oh yeah.
Because at the beginning of the rave that we went to, a lot of them was Caucasians, and it was kind of hard. Just I feel like we were the only one like just vibe, like being the life of the party, being the life of the rave.
Yeah.
Until we met, until we met the other group of Asians.
Yeah, yeah. It's I always have this like funny stigma to like to point out is that like people of color always know how to have a good time, you know, and like always know how to bounce and like dance and like feel the music and like create like a really thumping atmosphere. Um, Especially Hmong folk. Hmong folk, I feel like for the most part, I've always whenever I go to raves in Minnesota, like are always like lit as hell. If not, like I'm trying to get other people lit. Um,
No, actually, the Hmong people, all the raves I've been to, all the Hmong people, they express plur.
yeah, yeah. Um, However, there's this other stigma too that with Hmong people, like they don't know how to say excuse me when they go to raves. Like,
I didn't know. I didn't know about this Asian line.
Yeah,
I never experienced it, but that's because you said I'm
yeah.
always in it.
I remember there was like a big post I saw that like some random guy posted it and he was just like, remember Hmong folk, remember to say excuse me when you're going through a big crowd, and it's just like, yeah, you should. But also at the same time, I've also seen other people like not non-Hmong people say, you know, like not say excuse me too. So it's like, you know, I think it happens to everyone. But I just think it's funny how someone would pinpoint the Hmong community like that. But you know, if you feel affected by or attacked, maybe do something about it. You know, tell your friends to say excuse me next time. You know what I mean?
2 seconds.
Oh, speaking of Hmong folk, like, did you hear about like the Stay for fight?
I've heard it. It's like I was supposed to go to Minnesota State Fair on the last day,
Mhm.
Labor Day,
Yeah,
which
with
is
us.
yeah. But I had to pick up a shift at my the restaurant I work at. I can't believe. Okay, right before that, I can't believe 176 people made reservation on Labor Day.
Oh, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, it's white people.
I know. I know we get like one more like upper class, middle class location, but still 176 on Labor Day. Like I wanted to take the day off.
I mean, they have their day off. I mean, that's why
I
they want to
don't
go
have a
out.
day off.
If they hear a restaurant's open on Labor Day, they're going. Yeah.
But
Well, any holiday, like white people hear that it's open, they're going.
but yeah, I know you're talking about the Minnesota State Fair, so I'll let you take it away because I don't
Well,
know the whole
even
story.
I don't even know that much about it. Like, I don't know, Alex, you can look it up. But from what I can see, there's like two different videos. There's like one where he's like, there's like, I for my friends they told me like I think it was involved with like some Asian Crips or something like that versus like a Mexican guy. I think that's what it is. I don't know, but like,
So the opposite of us.
sure. And like, it's so funny because in this video, there's like a guy who grabs like you know, one of those coolers. I think it's a cooler or a chair. I forget. I think it's a cooler though. And he grabs a cooler, he smashes the guy's head with it. It's freaking
Wait,
crazy.
who? An Asian guy or
I think it's
Hispanic?
Asian guy or Mexican guy. I forget. But like he smashes his head with it and he just throws it on the ground and like some lady picks it up after and she just like rolls it away. And then there's another one by some other place, but I didn't see that video. I only saw like pictures. But regardless, it brings me to the idea that, and also the other stigma with like Hmong people is that like wherever there's a big gathering, Hmong people will always fight. So not even like at State Fair, but let alone like July 4th, where the Hmong Freedom Festival, where they do
Oh
soccer and stuff like
yes.
that. Like, and they have a bunch of vendors there. There's always fights. There's constant fights happening there because of gang affiliation and whatnot.
Well, explain to J4 to the audience who don't know what that is.
Yeah, during like July 4th or like you know Independence Day and stuff, Hmong people we and especially in Minnesota, it's the biggest like one of the biggest like Hmong gatherings in the United States, and because of that, like um, it's a culmination of like our celebrating our like independence in here in or at least in the United States, but also at the same time like it's also like yeah, it's also tournaments too, and it's to celebrate like a bunch of like you know just like a bunch of sports, and like just an all around get together for like Hmong folk to like you know have a community and culminate. Um, yeah, I don't know what else is there. I mean, what's your experience with like Hmong New Year?
Hmong New Year's is J4.
Sorry, J Fourth. Sorry.
J4 is great. A lot of food. A lot of food. it's like my own mini not like it's like a you just had to experience it. It's located in Minnesota.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
haven't gone, you should go to Hmong New Year, or not Hmong New Year. Sorry, July 4th. Sorry.
It's just two different things, but it's
Yes.
both monk
Yes.
related. But J4 is really amazing. Like I everyone should try it out. Just because I
The
remember,
food there is amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
food is fantastic, dude. Like
Yeah. And then also, I forgot to mention that like it's so prominent that like Hmong people or Hmong gangs are fighting at these like events, these like J4th like celebrations, that like people online have actually gotten these clips of like these people fighting, these Hmong gangsters fighting, stuff like that, or these Hmong people who have disputes, um, and like they've actually like added visuals where they add like lightsabers and people are fighting, and like
oh,
it's
so like
so
memes.
fucking funny. It's
No, I seen. I haven't seen Hmong people. I seen like all type of fights.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
memes. Edits.
Yeah, and some of them are actually pretty genius, and I like. It's so funny. You got to see it. It's hard to like visualize, but once you see it, it's like so freaking funny. Um,
I mean, some of these edits are funny too. I don't know. Have you seen those two? I don't know, it's been going on social media for a while. The two people that's fighting with swords and it's on flame and have like the theme song of Demon Slayer.
no, I know I've never seen that
We'll
before.
we'll put up a video of it,
Yeah,
but it got me thinking like how good or how far we came from if you guys haven't known, the One Piece live action just came out.
yeah, like and how like weeb culture, if not like anime culture, has like become so prominent and so pop culture now. Yeah, talk about the live action.
I mean, yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I thought live actions were supposed to be amazing. Was I boy was I wrong? Like the first live action anime I've seen was the Dragon Ball Evolution, which was just a shit show.
Mhm.
And then the next one I saw was I believe it was Death Note.
Yeah, yeah. Death Note came out with their own live action adaptation. Uh, However, did you know like Japan had already came out with theirs?
Yes, and so much more better. The
Yes.
CGI like it's not the best, but it's still, like it's more story based and it doesn't have an own spin-off or like some
Yeah.
random ass character.
Hmm. So yeah, and so if you do watch live action adaptations, Japan's Death Note adaptation, their live action is a lot better than Netflix's. Netflix tried to do this Americanized like version of Death Note, and it just did not work out. And also like it's weird. The movie is weird on itself. It's kind of acts like a romance
It
rom
doesn't do
com.
justice for the characters.
It does not. Light Yagami is such a joke. He's oh no, it's Light Parker now, right?
I think so.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
his
too
like
sure.
American last name, but his first name's still Light. It's like so weird.
I'm so mad at this live action that it physically affected my life, especially with this kid, because in anime, you guys don't know, Light, the character, he came up with the name Kira,
Yeah, yeah.
and in the Netflix adaptation, I guess, what was it again?
Well, it's very interesting, but however, we'll have to go come back to this after we come after breaks. So thanks for coming through. And welcome back, folks. So what Alan was talking about, right, is that like basically, he's trying to like in this series, uh, like one of the main characters comes up with their alias for what they're going to call themselves as the new god of the new world, right? And they call themselves Kira, which is killer in Japanese, right? And me, Alan, disputed about this because Alan said like, "Hey, no, I think it was Light who did it, right?" But well, no, you said no, it was the girl who did it, right? The girl, you said the girl came up with the name for Kira. In the anime, that is correct, I think, right?
No, no, it was. We were talking about like the fact that the anime Light came up with the name himself, but in the Netflix adaptation, Light is such like a little bitch
Okay.
that I believe, and his girlfriend was she was so more like the alpha male in the
Yeah, yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I thought it was she. I thought she was the one who came up with the name.
Hmm. And so he suffered a little bit of the Mandela effect, and I told him like, no, like she doesn't come up with a name. He comes up with the name himself because he's an idiot, and he thinks that he'll throw off the cops if he just calls himself Kira, because Kira is killer in Japanese, and he thinks the cops will think he's Japanese because he called himself Kira, and it's like,
That
dude,
logic doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make any sense. But I told Alan this, and Alan said, "No, I don't think that's true. Like you're lying to me." And then we made an infamous bet. We in our friend group early in our friend group we made bets, and like one of our bets was that we would they're called slap bets, and I don't know if you're familiar with them, but basically it's a bet to slap one another. If one wins over the other, they get to slap the other person. So we made a big slap bet, and the slap bet was basically, did Light create the name or did he not in the Netflix adaptation? I was unfortunately right. And so
Unfortunately,
unfortunately,
you were happy.
Hey, I
happy.
didn't want to do this. I mean, it happened. It happened. Okay, but like, basically, I won the bet, and like, it wasn't until like much later, until Thanksgiving of that year or next year.
Nah, man, it was like Halloween.
No, it was Thanksgiving.
Was
Yeah, I remember Thanksgiving because we made
slap
a.
bet?
Yeah, we did. I remember because we made food that night, and then I slapped you. And then there's like a video we have of me slapping Alan. He's sitting on a chair, but like when I slapped Alan, he moved his face in a way where like,
Oh, yeah, who wouldn't flinch of no one getting hit?
yes, exactly. But I mean, I'm telling you right now, like if you just didn't move, like I wouldn't have slapped your. Well, I slapped his ear a little bit. So I slapped his face, but I slapped his ear too, and like. Well, it was because he flinched, and like it was red, and he was like, "Damn!" Like Alan, like you should have seen the video. Alan was like sucking it in, like, "Oh," you know what are friends for, right?
And you know what? There have been other slaps with other people in our friend group.
Have there?
I mean, you do have one slap.
I do have one slap, and speaking of that, that person I have to still quote unquote slap is our good friend Philip.
And we have been reading your comments, and don't worry, we are trying to find a schedule that works both ways for Philip to come into this podcast and talk.
Mm-hmm. So we're still trying to reach out to Phil and talk to him about whether or not he wants to come on the pod and speak for himself. We love the guy. We wish the best for him, and so hopefully he does come on. But regardless of that, I still have a slap on him, and
just imagine him coming to the podcast and you just slap him.
I know, just imagine. But what do you call it? So the reason why I have a slap bet on him is because like I told him we made a bet that basically a slap bet specifically, and that basically when he went to California because he was going to a rave in California.
Yes, that's
was
okay.
it.
Okay.
Which one was it? It was.
I'll say it so it won't be biased.
Okay.
The bet was Philip was supposed to get a girl's number and take a picture of her at this festival, which was last March at Beyond Wonderland. And not to be confusing, this is the one that happened in California, not the one that happened in Seattle. Seattle was at June. So it's supposed to happen in March. I believe it was the 25th, 26th. I remember because it was the weekend of my birthday, which I couldn't go, fortunately, due to financial problems.
Mm.
But yeah, the bet was he was supposed to get a girl's number, take a picture, and send it in a group chat to all of us, so everyone could be there to acknowledge and accept.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that didn't happen. He still had a good time. He showed me pictures and video. He had an amazing time, and I am jealous for that.
Yes.
That he got to go to Beyond Wonderland before I did.
Yeah. And we'll have to talk to him about this time too, because it was a very interesting story. But
if he does come in, he's definitely gonna talk about it, because that's literally an amazing experience.
He has to. He's such an interesting guy. But yeah, I have a bet with him that I won.
Unfortunately,
I don't feel too happy about it, but it's there, and I don't know what's gonna happen. But regardless, we'll get him on here sooner or later. With that, we'll be closing out the show right now, but before that, we just want to say a few things.
I mean, what would you guys like us to call you? The biters? Or...
Yeah, we're thinking about what do we want to call our fans, and so we're thinking of maybe the biters or the bitters, just because we're the Bitcast. However, if you think you have something more important or
please tell us.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Also, let us know your thoughts about what you want us to talk about. I think we've been talking about a lot about what we want, but we really want to cater towards more of what you guys would like to hear and what our opinions are. And
we all read your comments. Every comment matters. I actually read all of them.
Yeah. Let alone if you also want to come on to the pod, let us know too. Message the Facebook group chat or the Facebook page.
We have
Or
a
if you know,
page?
or if you know one of us, just we do have a page. If you didn't know,
I did
follow
not
us
know.
on Facebook and follow us on YouTube if you haven't already. Subscribe, like, follow. It'll help out. Share the podcast to your friends and family. We love to talk about anything. We're just a bunch of idiots talking, to be honest. And do you have anything else to add?
No, just have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night. Have a great day. You're lovely. You are worthy. You.
FYRE.
FYRE.
Peace, love, respect.
Peace, love, respect. Bye, y'all.